Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we have got another Dungeons & Dragons Prestige class description. And today we have an interesting one. We have got this guy right here. We got ourselves the Singer of the Concordance. So it's an interesting class. It's okay. It's not a bad class. It's not a super great class, but it's not bad. So let's go over this class real quick so I can explain to you why I say that. So first off, let's talk about what it takes to become one. First off, you have to have, it requires the racial subtype of dragon blood. So you got to be a dragon of some kind. Okay, easy enough, sort of. Spell casting, you need to be able to cast third level divine spells. Okay, decent enough. Just basically a 5th level divine caster. Not too much of a problem. Does require a little bit of time, but knowledge religion 8 ranks. Okay, pretty. I mean, you're likely going to have that if you have 5 levels in divine casting. Like, if you're able to cast 3rd level divine spells, you probably have 8 ranks in knowledge religion. Like, let's be real. But it's nice. It's good to have those as a. It makes sense why it's there. And of course, there's a deity specific of worshiping Io. Okay, that's something. So you have to be a worshiper of Io. So this class does suggest a cleric, although you can be a druid to do it as well. So let's talk about what they get. Well, bad base attack bonus. Okay, this is primarily a casting class, so that's not too surprising. Bad fortitude save, but a good reflex and will. The reflex is a little surprising. Honestly, not sure why it has a good reflex, but it does, and that's pretty good. D6 hit dice, not great for a divine caster. That's kind of weak. For an arcane caster, that's good, but for a divine caster, not so much. And they get spellcasting every single level. So every level, you can advance your spellcasting class. If you only have one, doesn't even have to be a divine one, although you have to be divine to get in, but you could use it. If you're thirging, you could use it for that. It's an option. That's kind of how this class is. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways to use this class to be kind of cool in a number of different builds, but it's not really optimal in any build. It's a weird one. So let's talk about what it gets. It's a number of different aspects that do various different things. So they have aspect of peace, aspect of refuge, aspect of exclusion, healing, safety, and concordance. They all do various things. A lot of them will protect you. Healing will give you like an extra, you get an extra D8 of healing for any healing that's done within a radius. They're all radius based. So basically you get all these things that center around you initially. Some move with you, some don't. And they give you get these little spheres that kind of sort of go in places, and they do work together, so you can use them all at the same time. There is no limit on, like, you can't use 2 at once. No, like, you absolutely can. They specifically say you can use multiple at the same time. So that's kind of cool. They all do various things. It's they can be useful in a lot of ways, like they can make it so, I know one of them makes it so that they have to, anyone will have to, who wants to attack with, it's in a certain area, if they want to attack, they have to make will save. That's kind of cool, although you can still attack into it, so anyone with ranged weapons can still get you. They get a bonus domain, so that's kind of cool, especially for, that's even more so if you go in with like the druid route, which is an unusual way to do this, but it works. Because then you get a domain, which is not something you normally have. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's a lot of little things that they get. They can make, like, they have something that makes you basically like a global invulnerability, which is their aspect of exclusion. That's actually pretty useful. Global Invulnerability is a very useful spell to have. Basically just makes you immune to low-level spells. Um, yeah, like these special things that they get are cool. None of them are great, but they're all interesting and they're all kind of useful, and it's largely situational. Whether or not this is a good class really depends on your situation. Like, what kind of dungeon, what kind of campaign are you in? If you're in a campaign where focusing on defense can be really important because you're like defending an area maybe, or you have like people constantly trying to attack you, this could be great. But if you're on the offense, it's less good. Like if you're the aggressor trying to take back other people's stuff, like is often the case with adventures. But if you're doing more of a castle defense kind of adventure, this one would be pretty good actually. But those are rare. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's never a bad option. Like if you choose to take it because you think it's got good flavor, which it does, there's definitely some nice flavor to it, especially if you want to be like a big IO worshiper. This is a great class for that. Then yeah, this is good. But if you're not, it's not for everybody. But it's never a bad choice. It's never like, man, that was such a dumb choice. No one's going to say that. Well, okay, some snobs might, but most people will be like, this choice would have been better. Okay, that's fair, but it's never like this was just an awful. It's like it's marginally worse than the better options. At the worst of times, and at the best of times, it can be quite useful. So it is what it is. That's skill wise. They get 4+ int, decent. Concentration, diplomacy, heal, knowledge, arcana, knowledge of planes, knowledge religion, profession, sense motives, spellcraft, and survival. Okay. Reasonable skill list. Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. That's really what this comes down to. Is it's not great, it's not terrible. It's pretty all right for a spellcasting class. I mean, if you're a fighter, you might know, but yeah, it's all right for spellcasters, particularly divine. You could do it for a third build, but probably better options. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to work this. That's really all I have to say about this guy. It's an oddball prestige class is what it is. But if you like them, great. I'd love to hear more about it in the comments. I love it when you guys leave me comments. If you've played this class and you enjoyed it, I love hearing about that in the comments below. Those are some of my favorites to get, in all honesty. I also love when people, leave more details. All that's great. I love hearing from you guys in general. So yeah, feel free to do that. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like. Definitely appreciate that. That helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. That really helps a ton. And share the video. You have a community that enjoys Dungeons and Dragons, especially 3.5. Definitely. Let them know. Yeah. But as always, I'm Mitch. I'll be seeing you.